Hello everybody, it is I, Ian, and we are back with another playthrough. We just finished Uncharted, but between the Uncharted games, we're going to play another little game. An indie game that I have wanted to play for a long time and just recently got to play by Adr1ft Studios, also known as the studio run by Adr1ft, who was very controversial back when the Xbox One first was announced. In terms of his thoughts on always being connected to the internet when it comes to video games. His studio has come to make this game, which is Adr1ft. Now, on the outside, this game looks like a space exploration type game. But in reality, this game is a lot more terrifying than it leads you to believe. Now, this game has no jump scares whatsoever. The thing that makes this game scariest is its atmosphere. Its atmosphere and, well, its lack of atmosphere, if that makes some sense. So we are going to start a brand new game and play through this whole thing, and this game is fairly quiet, but I will be reading the audio diaries and reading, most of what I can. There are audio diaries as well that we'll be able to listen to, and diaries that we'll be able to read. So we're just going to go ahead and start a new game. That's totally fine, whatever. Hardiman, Mankind Above All Else. So this is the company that made this space station.
Aerospace EVA training simulation online.
This is the EVA training. We're just going to go ahead and skip that and get straight into the main story. Now, this game is a game that was originally put onto PC. It took a long time for Adr1ft to port this over to the PS4, and which is what we're playing on. And if Adr1ft actually canceled the Xbox version of this game, because obviously they're not that great at game devs. The thing is that it upsets me is because I'm actually a big Xbox player. I love gamer score, so that's my big thing. I wanted the gamer score for this game, but it's not gonna happen. So this is July 8th, 2037. 1900 hours, 10 minutes, and 21 seconds. We are 462 kilometers above Earth.
Survivor detected. Survivor detected. Survivor located.
Initializing EVA HUD display.
Oof. And as we begin, we are here.
EVA suit critically damaged.
Our suit is damaged.
Emergency life support
Our oxygen is not the greatest.
Manual oxygen refill required.
Things are offline. So the way that this game is played is that you're using the triggers to move yourself up and down with thrusters. This game is actually more or less about control and exploration than you would imagine. The right stick actually moves you, moves the camera like that and up and down, whereas the left stick will move you strafe, right and left, and back and forth. To go up and down, you use the L2 and R2, and of course, if you want to do barrel rolls, you use L1 and R1. So basically, the controls are all about really kind of floating around in space using thrusters. Now, as you can see, the oxygen depletes while we use these thrusters,
Station damaged.
which makes it so that we have to constantly refill on oxygen. As you can see here, there are these little oxygen tanks. You will have to use these all throughout the entire game when floating through space, and there are going to be some pretty close calls. So let's go ahead and float through here. As you can see, our helmet is fairly cracked, and this station is fairly destroyed.
Hardeman Aerospace identification sequence. Data transfer in progress.
So when you hear the beeping like that, that means your reserves are depleting.
Oshima, Alex. Commander, Hardeman Aerospace North Star 4.
And when your reserves deplete, your oxygen is constantly going down. When you're in an area that is somewhat oxygen, has somewhat of oxygen, your reserves won't deplete, but it does cost oxygen to move. So you need, what we're going to see a lot in this game is we're actually going to be floating towards things without actually moving at some points. That will just make it so that we don't actually have to use our oxygen. It's a little slow, but trust me, this is how you play the game. It's best to do it that way, or you're going to be struggling for oxygen the entire time. So we're playing as Alex Oshima, who is the commander here
System damaged.
at the station.
Repurposed as shared life support and propulsion resource.
This is our backup thrusters online.
Incrementally depletes EVA
Our reserves are linked to our thrust. You can see our velocity and our direction shows us where we're going. I actually feel like we don't actually really need those. I never use them. The only thing you really have to pay attention to is your little mini map there on the left, and your oxygen there on the right. That is really about it, and it's critical. You're always looking at both of those all the time. So we are here above Earth, and everything is destroyed. It's not really quite clear how things have been destroyed. When you hear your reserves depleting, it is best to thrust yourself forward.
Hardeman Aerospace North Star 4, this is Mission Control. Do you copy? Catastrophe signal received. Unable to determine current location or cruise status. Please advise. Over.
So Mission Control is still able to contact us, but we cannot contact them. Because our comms are out. Let's go ahead and grab that oxygen. The physics in this game are very, very true to 0G and are done very, very well. If you're not careful, you will find yourself running into walls and damaging your suit.
Aerospace North Star 4.
This is the main hub
Detected.
of North Star 4.
Terminated.
Welcome. This is the main hub of the North Star. The major part of this base showing this catastrophic event. What has happened, we're unsure. But what we are sure of is we have to go this way. You see the little triangle with the Hardeman logo in the middle there? That little triangle with the Hardeman symbol is our objective. That's where we need to go. The little lemon type symbol there is oxygen canisters. Those are where the boxes are with oxygen. And the magnifying glass is usually, openable doors with audio diaries, things like that. Anything you can read, collectibles and such. Speaking of collectibles, here's our first collectible here.
8 July 2037.
Hardeman Aerospace North Star 4. No remaining survivors.
These are SSD cards that we actually collect. These are collectibles. They don't do anything. All they are is collectibles, and there is a trophy for collecting them all. I don't know if they have to relate to any of the endings in the game or anything. I know that there are a couple different endings, but they are kind of all very, very similar to each other. So we're at the Han 4 Filtrum system. When you're here in the Filtrum systems, there is ways for you to start the air filtration back up. There is water as well. That's kind of nice. The water is a nice touch. It doesn't splash against the visor, unfortunately, but it does float very nicely. Okay, so we're in our first location here.
For EVA repair station located.
These repair stations will repair your suit from cracks. It will also fill up your oxygen all the way. So every time we find one of these, it is best to get into them. So there we go. Our suit is nicely repaired.
And for EVA repair sequence complete. Vital signs stable.
Nice. Okay, so we have a door over here. As you can see, there's these nice little like plant pods. They're like little, plants that they grew in these little individual pods. So this is Olivier, and yes, it is Olivier. Sebastian Olivier. This is his room. And we have... so we'll start at the bottom, because they are, replies. So they start at the bottom. So this is from Alex Oshima to Olivier on April 11th, 2037 at 6:21 a.m. Subject, thank you. Sebastian, thank you for yesterday. It's been difficult for me to find my rhythm out here. But your advice and guidance is always appreciated and exactly what I need to hear. I'm just really grateful for everything you've done for me. I don't know what I'd do without you. I don't always do the right thing, but I try to do the best thing. Leading is hard. Thanks for understanding that and believing in me. Heart, AO. From Olivier to Alex, same day at 9:17 a.m. Alex, you must not beat yourself up over these things. Yes, you have sharp edges. You believe it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. Though these qualities that you possess do not always make everyone happy, but they are part of who you are. They are admirable. Try not to let it weigh you down. We are all flawed in some ways. I have made many, many mistakes. Leadership is not for the weak, ma petite. Now, you must focus on young Andrew. He is no longer connected to what we are doing here. His heart is at home. His soul with his daughter. That is where he belongs. He is broken, and you can provide the means for him to begin healing. I know you will do the right thing. Votre ami de Sebastian. From Alex to Olivier, same day at 4:52 p.m. Sebastian, thanks for the push, again. Called in a favor to get a transfer approved for McDonough today. Will be at least a week before hearing back from Santa Monica. Everything looks good, but I'm still going to need him to get us into Spiritus Beta and crew expansion. Hopefully he can keep it together until July. Honestly, I just think he'll be relieved. He's ready to go. He's probably not the only one either. I believe it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. The story of my life. Hudson's been beating me with this stick since we were kids. This has gotten me in trouble more times than I care to count. Someday, I'll learn. AO. P.S. I've noticed you are looking well lately. This makes me happy. So, obviously, Alex and Sebastian were pretty good friends. Of course they were colleagues, floating up here in space. But they're also, quite good friends up here. You'll find that not everybody gets along. So as you can see, there's also a little microphone volume thing there. Those are audio diaries. So this is Alex. This is our character. That's what she looks like. And this is our room. There's a diploma that's broken. All right, so let's go ahead and read. From shocking to Alex, March 1st, 2037 at 4:37 a.m. Hardiman Colony Luna 2 settlement date. Commander Oshima. The 4th of September 2037 has been identified as Luna 2 settlement. Details around official briefing and announcement are being finalized and will upload to Han 4 Administra within 72 hours. In advance of this information, I'm taking this opportunity to remind you that the initial success of our next lunar colonization effort rests on you and your crew's shoulders. Spiritist progress is encouraging but leaves little room for failure. I'd like a full mission update and objective refresh before your settlement date, dismentation, and crew download. Samuel Hawking, Mission Director of Hardiman Aerospace and at the launch facility in Santa Monica. So this is the guy that reports to us, basically, and gives us more information about what we're going to be moving on with here at Han 4. From Alex to Director Shocking, March 2nd, 8:11 a.m. Director Hawking, I've prepared and packaged the requested data materials. Han 4 Administra has been instructed to schedule and conduct a full briefing for you and your staff. I have also included an alternate and aggressive Spiritist production proposal that I believe warrants discussion and consideration. This is something I believe we can accomplish within our dates with minimal impact and maximum benefit. I look forward to review and comments. From Shocking to Alex, same day at 11:29 p.m. Commander Oshima, I've reviewed your Spiritist production plan ahead of review. You are tracking positively and I remain optimistic. Regarding your alternate proposal, I can see very real benefits here, and the data supports your plan around increased Spiritist production methodologies. The opportunity to implement parts of this plan into our current efforts exist and, frankly speaking, are innovative. That being said, I believe it is imperative that you do not deviate from your current mission objectives. The health of your crew, your station, and our mission have all been negatively affected by delays and extended timelines. Stick to plan, close us down, bring us home. This is your moment to shine. So basically, Alex wants to move forward quicker. She wants to move forward with the Spiritist production, and really the guys at Hardiman want her to stick onto schedule, and they don't want her to deviate from the plan. There's some flowers here. You'll notice it's a cherry blossom. There are some cherry blossoms here. This is an audio diary here, so I'll go ahead and let you listen to this.
Han 4 personal data device version 4.7 acquired.
While we float.
Multiple personal data devices detected and online. Location coordinates unknown.
Oh, well, never mind. It was just telling us. Thank you for that. I'll hit us in the head. So this is the main hub here. This is where we have to fix everything. This is the cerebrum.
Catastrophic event detected. Core systems repair required for emergency escape vehicle launch.
So the emergency vehicle, the Salvus, is down here. This is how we're going to make it off of the space station. But the only way to do so is to fix all of the systems that allow us to get out of here. So of course there is Spiritus, the life support systems. There is Vocalus, the communications array. There is Mobilis, the propulsion system, and there's Solaris, the power management, from which we just came from and we will be going back to later. So first, we start out with Spiritus, the life support systems. We need to get our life support systems back online so that our oxygen filters can be implemented around the entire station.
Spirited system damaged and offline. Initializing diagnostic sequence. Cerebrum core corrupt.
So the core is corrupt, the mainframe's off, and the Cerebrum module is inactive completely. We need to manually take the core to the
Locate system
cerebrum.
mainframe. Fabricate cerebrum core. Repair cerebrum module.
Confirm. So that is our goal. We need to get all the cores and bring them to cerebrum, which, by the way, is up there. The cerebrum core top is up there, and that is where all the cores will go. So first, we're going to head through to Spiritus to get the core. We need to manually extract the core from Spiritus. So let's go ahead and float. We're getting a little tad low on oxygen, but we should be good. Oh, and I'm cracking my helmet a little bit because I'm running into walls. Just go ahead and float nicely down this corridor. Grab this audio diary here.
Personal log.
This is
Systems
Madonna.
Specialist. McDonough, Andrew. 17 April 2037.
Finally going home. Doesn't even seem real. 22 months since mission start. 10 longer than I signed up for in the first place. I promised Lucy I was going to be there for her. I promised myself I wouldn't leave her like this again. I broke both of those promises by taking another selfish paycheck job while real life passes me by down below. Father of the Year. Alex really came through for me on this. I owe her one. Can't wait to get off this goddamn station.
So Madonna was not really a fan of being up here for a long time away from his family. And so we actually secured his go-ahead to get off the station. This is McDonough's room. So let's go ahead and read what he's got going on here. Okay. From Alex to McDonough, April 15th, 2037 at 11:48 a.m. Subject transfer. Andrew, called in a favor and got a transfer lead for you. The job is in Santa Monica heading up Han 5 Systems Assembly. I think your experience on this mission makes you a good fit. You know what works and what doesn't up here. You are in a unique position and aerospace needs help in this area more than ever. I know this isn't perfect for you location-wise, but it's stable, pays well, and most importantly, gets you off North Star. This is time sensitive, so let me know if this is something you still want to pursue. Alex. And he sent back at 1:03 a.m. Alex, absolutely interested. Visitation between Santa Monica and Vancouver will be a challenge, but we'll figure it out. What are the details? Is there anything I need to move the process along? Do I need to source my replacement? Thanks, Andrew. From Alex, April 16th, 9:28 a.m. Andrew, Lynn Collette from Hardiman Resource will be contacting you to work everything out. She also places for Vancouver, so that will be very good for you down the road. I'll need you right up to Spiritus Beta and crew expansion, so that'll look like a July 8th transfer, maybe even before then. I'm working out how to get us to Beta earlier, so it's a possibility. For your replacement, I'm considering bringing up Misha Collins' thoughts. So, unsure of if it's a reference or not, but Misha Collins, if you don't know, is an actor. He plays Castiel in Supernatural. I don't know if that's actually a reference to him or not, but it's kind of funny. So, you know, his transfer was looking like he was going to be out here on the 8th of July, which is today. So did he ever make it off, or did he end up getting hurt in this as well? So we're going to go ahead and float out here. Because that door in front of us is locked. Oh dear. And our reserves are depleting. So we're going to want to go ahead, grab some oxygen. Oh! Now, one thing to know is that there are some places it is going to be hard to reach. These places are mostly for outside audio diaries, and they are kind of hard to reach. You have to, when playing this game, oxygen management is very crucial, especially when being outside here in the open. If you stray too far from the ship, there's no oxygen, you're going to get caught by yourself, and you're going to die.
North Star 4, this is Mission Control. Unable to determine current location or crew status. Please advise. Over.
Well, yeah, you can't see anything. They're completely blind to what's going on up here currently. All they know is that this station has been critically impacted by what has ever happened here. So, although that door may be locked down there, we're going to go ahead and float up through here. There's either a collectible or something to read. And it's a collectible. Now, when I first played through this, I didn't actually collect all of these.
Claim damaged and offline. Manual repair required.
Oh! Oh dear. We're almost spinning out of control a little bit. So you'll notice that the real scare comes from this. Going from place to place is the real scary aspect of this game. Happening to float from one part to the other, collecting oxygen, or you're going to fucking suffocate, is the real anxiety of this game. We have to make it all the way over there. And to do so, we're going to have to make sure that we have enough oxygen to make it so by going through all these different little places. But even still, it's a scary thought of having to travel a broken space station, especially one that's been completely decimated like this one has. So you can see the leak has been reduced. That's what happens when you're in these little areas. You always want to keep scanning. You'll find collectibles and you'll find where your objective is. You won't get lost. The first time I played this game, I actually got really, really lost. I didn't know where to go. I didn't even know how to find my objective until I figured out, no, I wanted the other one. There we go.
Aerospace, this is Mission Control. Do you copy?
Nope, the communications are down, buddy. Call again later. They'll call you a lot in this game. Okay.
Hand for Administer Series 4 version 2.3. How may I assist you? Assist you. Assist you. Assist you. Assist you. Assist you. Assist you. Assist you.
System's a little broken.
Assist you. Assist you. Assist you. Assist you. Assist you. Assist you. Assist you.
Okay, so here we are. So plant rooms like this is actually what generates oxygen, a lot of oxygen for the crew. These hydroponic rooms they basically make. Just barely. Like I said, you wanna basically float. If you just give yourself a little acceleration, you will float forwards, and you don't have to waste your oxygen thrusting. You will just float completely forwards to wherever you want to go. Okay, so here we are in the hydroponic labs here at Spiritus. Go ahead and float our ass down to the exit here.
North Star 4 survivors. Do you copy?
No, I don't copy. Leave me alone. This door's a little jammed, so let's pry this bitch open. And here we have it. This is the cherry blossom tree that I was talking about earlier. They have here. So you'll notice that our objective is over there, but there are multiple paths to take. Some of these paths really just kind of lead you to collectibles and other things as well. But we're going to go ahead and explore everything, and I'll try to get as much as possible. And you can see all of the parts of the station.
Head for EVA repair station located.
So there's a collectible here. I think there's about 25, yeah, there's 25 of these little cards. As you can see, it says 3 of 25. There's 25 of them total. Like I said, I didn't collect all of them, but, you know. Alright, so there's also something down there. So let's go ahead and float through. This is going to deplete our reserves. That's one of the key aspects here is remembering, do you want to travel out to this place knowing your reserves are going to deplete to get whatever is out here, or do you want to continue to go forward with your normal objective and not waste so much oxygen? You know, that's really kind of the key here. But early on, we're going to go ahead and stretch ourselves as far as possible. We'll go ahead and grab this audio diary here. And this is the end of this little path here.
Personal log.
So we're going to go ahead and turn around.
Madonna, Andrew, 29, June, 2037.
Full rupture in irrigation caused a massive power outage while I was on spacewalk replacing solars today. Station dark. Comms out for 23 of the longest minutes of my life. Thought this is it. Tried patching audio from my PDD so I could at least hear Lucy on the way out, but couldn't grab signal. Floating there in silence, waiting for the end. I really saw how selfish I've been with me. I have to change.
So they had an accident that kind of made Andrew look at, you know, how he acted here on the station. Kind of put his life into perspective for him.
Personal log. Systems specialist. McDonough, Andrew, 2, May, 2037.
Lucy has moved on from resentment to indifference in our weekly vidcoms. It's been a week since she sent the new piano piece. The transfer news barely registered with her. Guess I'm not surprised. This is a pattern for me. I thought she'd at least be happy to hear I'm coming home. But I've disappointed her too many times to count at this point. I've done some real damage to us by being part of this mission.
So yeah, he's kind of hurt his family by being up here.
And for EVA repair sequence complete. Vital signs stable.
It does actually kind of make sense that that would be kind of the case, considering that, you know, astronauts are gone for very long periods of time. You know, relationships can strain. So we're going to go ahead and head back here as well. Plenty of oxygen here in the dome if we need it. And there's a couple of audio diaries here that we can grab.
Personal log. Systems specialist. McDonough, Andrew, 11, June, 2037.
Lucy's recital is a note-perfect Beethoven Sonata No. 8. Every time I hear it, I think about how I never got to where she is now. I gave up my dream a long time ago. I could see her achieving and surpassing with every time she performs. I had to struggle and work so hard, and she'll never know that feeling. She's got the gift I never had. You can hear it in her playing. It's natural, effortless, beautiful. I'm so proud of her.
Talking about his daughter's piano. So this is one of the examples that I'm talking about. As you can see, there is this out here. These are external audio diaries that are based for these satellites. Traveling out here is extremely dangerous, considering that it is a far way away, and there's not a lot of oxygen. You have to thrust yourself out here or you will die. So you are going to be wasting oxygen. Once you hear that, you know you've got it.
Few details have emerged in the hours since contact with Hardeman Aerospace North Star 4 was lost. Sources report the communication from both crew and station abruptly ceased and has not been re-established post-event. The station's last coordinate transmission placed it in orbit above the northeast coast of Australia and the remains of the Great Barrier Reef. Hardeman Aerospace has yet to release any information regarding the current status of the station or its crew.
So there you go. Those are the news that relates to what's happening up here, what the world knows basically about this, what's happening with the station, and Hardeman is basically in the dark as well as everyone else at this current point. Bit of radio interference there. So yeah, those satellites will give you that, but you have to go out to them, and they are dangerous to go out to. Some of them are quite far away. Alright, now that we have made it back, we're going to head to our normal objective, which is over here. Myself up straight up as possible.
Hardeman Aerospace, this is Mission Control. Do you copy?
Nope, I don't. Alright, so another collectible there.
And for audio terminal version 4.3 located. Multiple audio terminals detected and online. Location coordinates unknown.
Alright, so we found another terminal here. Let's see what we got. So all these are corrupt except for McDonough's.
Incoming communication. Hardeman Aerospace confirmation of transfer. 16 April 2037. Transfer status approved. Approver Commander Oshima Alex. Recipient Systems Specialist McDonough Andrew. Mission North Star 4. Departure date 8 July 2037. Method resupply shuttle. Destination Hardeman Aerospace Launch Facility, Santa Monica, California. Replacement Collins Misha Indigo Kai.
So that was a report, of course, of his transfer. He was supposed to be transferred today. So he might not have lived to get off this station. Forward we go. It'll automatically boost you forward, which is actually kind of nice. Alright. So we're back out into the great beyond here.
Personal log. Systems Specialist McDonough Andrew. 2 July 2037.
Home in 6 days. Feels like 600. I'm gonna do it different this time.
So there's a nice little bit of music. Kind of running a little low on oxygen. Just trying to look for an oxygen tank here. A little bit of Beethoven for our trip. We're trying to head right to this big thing here. As you can see, there's another satellite all the way over there on the other side that has another audio diary. And there's also this here, which will give us probably a collectible. So we'll go ahead and float on down. Oh, it's a body. It's a person. Well, we've found one of the crew. They're obviously not alive. So and grab this. This is Andrew's. So this is Andrew's body here. We got the trophy for the father. This is Andrew's body. He did not make it off the station. Confirmed that Andrew McDonough is now dead. Oh dear. Oh, we're rolling. Oh shit. Running into Andrew. So we know Andrew's dead. It's official. Andrew has passed away. So he will not be making it home to his daughter. We still don't know what has happened to any of the rest of the crew. Of course, we only really know about the other one crew right now, which is Sebastian.
Star 4, this is Mission Control. Catastrophe signal received. Do you copy?
Okay. So we have made it here to the life support section. Of course, there's the satellite outside, which can be accessed from that way, as well as over here. So we'll go ahead and head out here. Grab this audio. It's going to be a long one, so we're going to want to grab one of these oxygen tanks before we get there.
Hand for Administra, Series Forward, version 2.3. Unable to establish communication connection with Mission Control.
Alright, here we go. So there's some oxygen out there. As well as that over there. We're going to want to travel over to that as well. Alright, we've got it. There's a collectible way out there.
Sources are reporting that a single survivor has been detected alive within the wreckage of the North Star 4. While Hardeman Aerospace has yet to confirm or deny, early reports are identifying the survivor as North G4 Mission Commander Alex Machine. Activity detected aboard the station indicates the survivor is uninjured, following disaster protocol and preparing an emergency return to Earth.
For instant updates.
Well, they know that we're alive, but they don't know that if anybody else is alive. Alright. So now that we've made it out here to the satellite, we are pretty much fucked if we don't make it to one of these locations. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to float our ass back over here, and loop back around to where I was saying earlier. Although we are starting to run a little low. So you can see there on the left, we also have capacity, thrust, boost, integrity, and scan. Every time you collect a core, you'll get an upgrade, which will allow you to have a nice little boost to your spacesuit. Rather it be a lot more oxygen, better suit integrity, a nice little boost, or thrust, or your thrust is increased. But you have to find the cores first. As you can see, this is upside down because that's the ceiling there. Little disorienting, but we should be good. Alright. Back into the great beyond again. I want to head down to here. Lay off thrust just a tad. Gets to that oxygen tank. And here we are. Made our loop back around.
Mission control to North Star 4 survivors. Do you copy?
I don't copy, leave me alone. So yeah, the other thing you can see is that once you've heard an audio diary, it turns red like that, which means that you don't have to pick it up again. It'll identify what you've already listened to. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to float ourselves back to the main hub here. Alright, we'll just go ahead and float. Float it out. Plenty of, there's lots of leaves and debris here. So a lot of this glass got shattered. A lot of these plants were heavily affected by the vacuum. Okay, let's see. Alright.
Hardiman Aerospace North Star 4. Crew status. Medical Officer Edwards, Liam. Deceased.
Liam Edwards is dead.
Hudson, Elizabeth. Deceased.
Elizabeth Hudson is dead.
Astronaut, Lopez.
Teresa Lopez is dead.
Deceased. Systems Specialist, McDonough.
Well, we know McDonough's dead.
Deceased. Astronaut, Olivier. Sebastian. Deceased.
Sebastian's
Commander,
dead.
Oshima, Alex. Active.
Alright, so we're the only ones left alive. It is official. Everyone else is dead. But we can probably find their bodies. So here's a nice little thing here. You can see there's some butterflies here. Here in the hydroponics lab, they introduced a lot of butterflies and stuff like that inside of these little areas. So there is some life up here besides the people. Unfortunately, they will never make it out of here. Okay. Here is the Spiritus mainframe. We need to make it up to there. Once we do... Well, there's a piece of paper. Or something, like a solar panel.
Hardiman Aerospace North Star 4. Core system status, Spiritus mainframe, offline. Vocalist mainframe, offline. Solaris mainframe, offline. Mobilis mainframe, offline. Manual mainframe repair required for Salvus EEV operation and launch.
So, all the mainframes are offline as well. It's not just this one. But here we are. Just gotta make ourselves at home up in here. Oh, gonna clip that a little bit. Alright, let's rotate ourselves to the door. And here we go. So there is a bit of a soundtrack to this game. This is one of the tracks. All these songs are actually fairly odd, and actually kind of add a bit of a scarier element, if I would say so myself, to this game. Nice. Oh, grab it. Yeah, you can swat things away. Go ahead and grab that oxygen here. Okay, we've gotten 7 out of 25 of those collectibles, and this is the mainframe, so let's go ahead and head right up in.
Activating Spirit Assistant Terminal. Mainframe online.
Okay, so it is showing our suits status. Oxygen is crap, propulsion is crap, mobility is even crapper, and integrity is really garbage. So we can get our oxygen repair. As you can see, this will boost our oxygen all the way up. So our capacity is 100%. We have a shitload of oxygen now. We won't run out as quickly.
Initializing Cerebrum Core diagnostic sequence. Cerebrum Core corrupt. Cerebrum Core fabrication required. Initiate Cerebrum Core fabrication.
So we have to fabricate the core so we can remove it. The mainframe is now online because we're here. And so we're going to fabricate the core here.
Cerebrum module repair required.
Go ahead and confirm that. We need to take the core to the cerebrum manually. So as you can see, this one's a nice light blue color, the Hardiman logo. That's where we gotta go. That's where we came from. And as you can see, we have now turned on the oxygen filters here, so now we can officially take a deep breath.
Station located.
See, our oxygen is all the way up to 8 now. It's totally filled. Fantastic. Okay. Well then. Next time we're going to go ahead and head back to the main hub and put this core in. So thanks everybody for watching. I hope that you guys enjoy it. If you are, leave me some feedback and tell me how much you're liking it. So thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you guys later.